Greetings, everyone. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, and it is amazing how fast this year has gone by. Hope you're having a blessed year so far. And we at Rewards Ripple are excited about what's coming up, but we've had some delays. And I throw a couple prayer requests out to you. Dave apparently ate something that didn't agree with him very well, and he's been sick. And it's causing some physical problems, and he hasn't been able to get done everything that he's been trying to do. So keep him in your prayers. Also, going to be flying alone today. Sylvie has been dealing with a bad headache, and we don't want her to get any worse. So she's going to be resting and sleeping. And so we'll be doing it by ourselves today, but we're happy you guys are all here. We're excited about where we're going and ready to move forward with Rewards Ripple. And let me go ahead and share my screen here. And put the volume on, and there we go. Okay. So my name is Jim Wagner, and I'm a member of Dave's team, and I'm going to be doing the presentation today and ask you to put your phones on vibrate so you can pay attention to what we're saying, and also don't record it so you get the latest version every time it goes out. So with that being said, let's go with this. Okay, our saying at Rewards Ripple, and we thank Paul Davis for this, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to someone who needs it. That's what we're trying to do. We want to have fun, want to share, and basically want to be able to help someone who needs it. And this is our informational and training session. And again, my name is Jim Wagner. I'm a member of Team Posicash, and be happy to be part of the program and doing the presentation today. So first of all, let me just say, don't overthink this. This is a very basic program. It's about rewards points. You guys are all familiar with rewards points: airlines, hotels, games, grocery stores, you name it. Just about everybody has reward points. The difference is most of them want you to go back and spend your points on their programs and use those to foster more sales for their organization. Ripple doesn't do that. Ripple gives you points, and you can use them in a number of different ways, and we'll be able to share that with you today and how that's going to work. So we want to be an organization that is helping the community and the individuals in a big way, and you're going to see how we're going to accomplish that. This is something new. It's transitional, and it goes way beyond personal gain. So with that being said, let me share with you our introductory video so you get a quick overview, and then I'll go back and explain a little bit more.
Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solutions, better known as Ripple. This is a quick video intro of what Ripple offers to their members. As you know, there are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich with their next big product. As you and I know, they are not always what they say they are. So let me begin by telling you we're not a business opportunity or a get-rich-quick scheme. Ripple is a free platform designed to help charities and struggling people around the world. The Ripple platform allows you to earn free points daily, which you divide 50-50 with a national charity, and use your points for your day-to-day necessities. Let's explain. Every time you play or participate in any of Ripple programs, you're always helping charities around the world. And the best thing is you have the opportunity to pick which charity you want to earn points for, and can change that whenever you want. On the Rewards Ripple platform, we offer many different games, surveys, and postings you can post on your social environment, where you receive points. Then these points you can use on the Ripple auction site. Yes, that's what we said. You earn free points where you can use them to bid on your day-to-day necessities, like groceries, hygiene products, food, and many other items that you may be short of in your day-to-day life. Wow, you may say, but it even gets better. Sometimes we all get behind on our bills, whether it's rent or your utility bills, or maybe you are late on a student loan or credit card payment. Well, just go to the auction site and bid on Make My Payment for Me. Crazy, right? But it doesn't stop there. Additionally, on the auction site, there are luxury items, things like cruises and vacations, airline tickets, even cash money, and all these are free to you if you win the bid. The more games you play in, and the more postings you post, the more points you receive. Then simply place your bid on the product you want. And don't forget, every time you win, your points are divided 50-50 with the charity you are playing for. And guess what? They can go to the charity side of our auction site and bid just like you. In fact, we are setting a new standard for charitable organizations, as they don't have any of the red tape they normally have to go through with a traditional donation. It's simple. Let's say the nonprofit organization is looking for a pallet of water or warm clothes. They just place a bid on a pallet of water, or the warm clothes they are looking for. And if they win the bid, the product is immediately shipped to the people or organization they're trying to help. It truly is a game changer for charitable organizations. Think about it. As soon as they win the bid, the product is on the way to make a difference. No red tape, just true results. In the meantime, let me tell you how this can be life-changing for you and your family. Every time you refer somebody to this exciting program, you get 20% of their winning share of points. And what's even better, 10% of their winning share of points goes to your fundraising program or vacation fund. Make sure you visit our website to get a full understanding how our referral and fundraising programs work. So sign up and start telling your friends and family or anybody you meet about Ripple, as every time they play it when you win points. And it even gets better. With some of our partners, you can even win real cash all for playing in their games. So again, share this new incredible platform with your friends and family, which will make a difference in their life just like yours, as they can win their day-to-day necessities just like you. And remember, it can be anything from groceries, pay a bill, or cash. And don't forget, if they win, you win. At the same time, you are doing your part by playing for charities and winning points to make a difference to the people who need the help. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is truly to help charitable organizations and struggling individuals. At the same time, make a little difference in your life by getting the day-to-day necessities or the odd luxury items. How can you do this, you may ask? It's real simple. Our advertisers play an 8 to 12 seconds video in our games, advertising their products that fit your profile. And if you want to purchase through the ad, you often are giving a discount. By you watching the advertising, Ripple generates an income that we purchase products for the auction site, where you are able to bid on the items that you want. This is truly a win-win situation for everybody. Sign up now and let's make a difference. We thank you for being part of this game-changing platform, raising funds for charitable organizations around the world. The revolution starts now. So make sure you join us on one of our weekly webinars to find out more. As we say at Ripple, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it. Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solutions.
Okay, there you go. It's really interesting, isn't it? Just think of the different things that you're going to be able to do, get for yourself, and also help your charities out at the same time. So as you can see, we're a game changer. We're really different. There's nothing out there that's like this, and we're excited about what we can do and how we can help people. That's our ultimate goal, is to be able to help people. Remember, when you play, you get 50% of the points that you win go to you, and the other half goes to the charity. So everybody wins with this. Every once in a while, we're going to give all the points to the charity. We might even do that with what's going on right now in the United States. There are so many disasters from that last hurricane. They say it's one of the worst on history, and little towns have been wiped out. And so we might do something like that for some of the organizations that are helping out with those people in distress down there. So, but anyway, most of the time it's going to be a 50-50 split. But we want to create a community that everybody benefits, and you're going to see how we're going to do that. So here, this is our goal. This is what we set out to do. We don't want to create a burden. We don't want to have people have to go out into their pocket much for this, and we also want to create a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment, and also create a solution for you and the problems that you may have. Along the way, we want to create excitement. So how do we do that? Well, it's very simple. First of all, there's zero cost to become a member and earn points. Zero. So you can sign anybody up, and once they fill out the form, they can go in, start playing our games. And not all of them are up yet, but when they do, they can start playing on our games immediately, earn points, splitting them 50-50 with charities. Second of all, sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Everybody knows that charities are hurting right now. This is a very, very difficult time for charities, not just with money, but also with volunteers. This is an opportunity for you to be able to help those charities without actually having to go into your pocket. What about you? I'm sure you've got some financial problems. Most people do. Well, this is a solution for you as well. And we're going to give you some financial help as we go through this. And of course, excitement comes because everybody wants to be a winner. And in our program, everybody does. So How do you do that? Well, you get points, rewards points. And there are several different ways that you can get rewards points and many, many more to come. The first one and the biggest one, and you'll see why, is referrals. You want to get as many referrals as you possibly can. Second of all is winner circle. And I'll go into more detail on this in a minute. But this is one, the fact that you're here right now gives you an opportunity to be in our winner circle. And that's going to be huge. Our first game coming out is Match It. And once I go through this, I'll explain what Match It is all about. But the sports games, now we've had to put these on hold for a little bit because you only get one chance to make a good impression. And we're ready to go, but there's a few little things that we got to get cleared up. But once we get those cleared up and we start doing these games, this is going to be amazing. How these are going to work before the game begins, people who, and it's all different kinds of games, from football, basketball, tennis, cricket, rugby, soccer, boxing, you name it. We're going to do all kinds of games. And if there's some games that we don't have listed, let us know and we'll try to include those. But how it's going to work is before the game begin, they're going to ask the players a series of questions. If they get those questions correct, they get points. Then in addition to that, during the course of the game, there's going to be an interaction between during the game where questions are going to be asked about what's going on in the game and predicting what's going to be the next play or the next thing that's going to come up. Again, if you get them right, you get points. And again, you split those 50-50 with the charity of your choice. Surveys. A lot of our sponsors are looking for feedback from you as to whether or not they did what they said they were going to do and whether you were happy with what they've done. And if you fill out a survey, we're going to give you points. Also, posting banners. We're going to put banners in your back office. And you have all your social media sites. Every time you post a banner, you get more points. And again, like I said, there's going to be much, much more to come as we go through this. But let me talk to you about how you convert those points into the everyday necessities in your life. We're doing it with an auction, as they said on the video. This is a picture of what an auction site might look like. It's not ours, but ours will be something very similar to this. And here's a picture of what some of the categories are. And you can look at lots of different categories. They vary from area to area. You may say, well, there's nothing on here that is fitting for my country. Well, that's okay. Let us know. We'll try to adapt and put some of the things in there that you need for your country, especially for the charities, because we want to make sure that we're meeting everybody's needs, not just people in certain few countries. So you're going to be able to get in there and you're going to be able to bid on these programs. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works. Okay, we call it our second chance auction because with our program, after 3 bids, you lose the points that are for your current product that you're bidding on. But you don't actually lose them. They go into a holding bucket. And then on November 1st of every year, they get shared equally with everybody in the company. So the points you lose them while you're bidding, but later on they're going to all come back to you, and it's not going to be just your points, but everybody who's lost points in a bid are all going to be shared equally with everybody in the country. Now, why do we do it November 1st? Because that's the busiest time of the year with holidays, people getting ready for food. They need gifts, lots of different things that are going on toward the end of the year, and we want to give you an opportunity to be able to bid on some of those items that you're going to need at the end of the year. So here's an example of how it works. There are 2 people, Tom and Sue. They're bidding on the same item. Let's say it's a food basket. And Tom opens the bid with 10, Sue bids 11, Tom bids 12, Sue bids 13. His third bid is 14. Now, if it ends right there, Tom gets the bid. But in this particular case, Sue bids 15 points. So Tom has bid 3 and he can't bid anymore with those points. So he loses those points. They go into that holding bucket. And again, he's going to get them back at the end of the year. So he could go back in and bid again, but he has to use additional points. But every time you bid 3 and you don't get the bid, you lose those points. So charities are different. Here's how charities work. Hang on just a second. Here we go. First of all, there's a special auction site just for charities. We don't want charities to have to compete with their supporters. And plus their needs are going to be different than the supporters' needs. And so there's a special auction site just for the charities, and charities will just let us know what they need, and we'll try to get it on the site so you can get them. Second of all, charities don't lose their points if they don't get the bid. We want to make sure that they can get all the points that they can, so because our goal is to help them to meet their mission and goals. Also, their charities are going to be listed among those that players can choose to play for in all the games. That's huge, because now you're getting exposure, and you get even more exposure because we're going to put an 8 to 15 second video in the rotation of videos that players will watch before they can play in a game. So you're going to be able to tell your story. Now, it's not going to be a long story, but you will be able to get something out and maybe pique somebody's interest. And now maybe instead of just getting points, you're going to maybe get some supporters. And that can be huge. It really can be huge. So it does help you there. Also, in addition to that, we're going to put a link to your website on Ripple's website. We want to expose you as much as we possibly can, because you're helping us, and we want to be able to help you too. So what do you need to do to get involved? Well, first of all, you got to let us know. And you do that by filling out the form, signing up, and then getting the information, and we move forward from there. Then we want to get you approved. Not everybody gets approved. We want to make sure that every nonprofit or charity that we put out there is a legitimate charity. Once you get approved, then you want to let your supporters know a couple things. First of all, like I said, they can play free games to get points for themselves and the charity. And those points can be used to bid on things in an auction. Lots of different things, like you saw on the video. Even luxury items that you can bid. If you get enough points, you might get a cruise, or you might win a big ring or something like that. But there's lots of different things that you're going to be able to bid on in those auctions. Also, you want to share the Ripple video with them, because that will tell the story. You don't have to tell it yourself. It'll do the work for you. So share it with all your people. Then post information about Ripple on your website. Again, we're going to put you on ours, so you might as well put us on yours. It just makes more sense that we help each other in that area. Then promote us in your social media. Get the word out, because the more people that you get, the more players are going to be playing in games, and the more points you're going to get. And then again, you need to supply us with that short video about your mission. All this is going to help not only bring points that you're going to be able to use for your mission and goals, but also it's going to create much, much more exposure for your organization, which could lead to a lot of good things down the road. So let's go into how the games work and how the points are split. First game that's coming out is called Match It. I mentioned that before. This is a great little game. I've been playing a version of this for about 4 or 5 years now. It's a lot of fun. Doesn't take much time, and it's easy. How it's going to work is the first thing when you open the game is going to come up, and they're going to say, "Who do you want to play for?" Then it's going to give you a list of charities. You pick the charity that you want to play for. Next thing you want to do, you're going to pick your pattern. The game actually starts every Monday morning at 12:01 and runs to 11:59 Saturday. We don't do any games on Sunday, but before that game starts, or before you can play the game, you have to pick a pattern. Now, the description on the left shows a Y pattern in purple. That's what this person picked. How the numbers work is every 6 hours, a number comes up. It comes up at the bottom, but it doesn't come up automatically. The first thing that comes up is a link that says, before your number is shown, you must watch this video from one of our sponsors. You watch that 8 to 15 second video, and then after that, the number shows up. If it's in your pattern, it will turn gold, like the one you see on the right. If it's not in your pattern, it turns red. But that's really not a bad thing either, because any of those ones that turn red take you back to the website of the 8 to 15 second video that you watched. And many times they're going to give you a discount or incentives to come back and do their website. And these are sites that are geared towards your interests. You tell us what you're interested in, and we're going to have videos that are going to come up that are going to meet your interests. So how they come up? They come up every 6 hours, but they stay up for 12. So you might say, well, I'm not up between 12 and 6 in the morning. I don't get up until 7:30. Not a problem, because that 12 o'clock number stays up until 11:59 Monday morning, or every morning. And then it's there for 12 hours. So at 7, 8, 9, 10, even until 11, actually 11:59, you've got two numbers up. So you can go in at one time, play both of your numbers, get them in your pattern, and then move on. And then do the same thing in the evening. It's the same principle. A number comes up only 6 hours, but it stays up for 12. And then every time you get a number correct, you get points. Every time you complete a pattern, you get many, many more points. So it's an easy way to get points. It takes less than 5 minutes a day, and it's a lot of fun to play, to pick your patterns and watch and see, especially when you get close to winning and maybe getting 500 points or something like that. That's pretty exciting. So that's how the game is played. And here's how the split goes. Again, 50-50. So let's say a 200-point win for a person. 100 points goes to that person, and then that's split. And I'll show you in a second how that goes. The other 50, the other 100 goes to the charity. And I made the picture on the right a little bit bigger, and I made a couple of changes to it. Let me show you how that works here. Okay, now in this picture, we've got Sue on the left-hand side as being the winner, and she won 200 points. And so Sue now has 200 points. So she's given 100 points to the charity of her choice, and of the other 100 points that she's got, that gets split the following way. She gets 20%. We say, wait a minute, she won 200 points and she gets 20% of the 100, so she gets 20 points. Yep, that's it. That's all she gets. But Tom gets 20 points and you get 20 points because you brought in Tom and Tom brought in Sue. So Sue, you may say, well, Sue only got 20%, but let's look at if Sue was at the top and she was getting the points. Let's look and see how many points she gets now. So in this particular case, you bring in Tom. Well, you don't have to bring in one Tom. You can bring in hundreds of Toms. But let's say just 10. So you bring in 10 Toms, and you get every one of them play and they win. You get 20% of whatever they won. And now Tom goes out, and each one of those 10 Toms get another 10. Now you have 1,000, and in the 1,000 Sues. So every time one of those Sues wins a bid or wins points, you get 20% of what they won. So we're willing to give up 20% on what you win to get 20% of 1,000 people. You better believe it is. Anyway, that just takes care of 60. There's another 10% that goes into the winner's circle, and I'll share with you that. That's exciting. That's probably one of the biggest things that we have going. But I'll share you with that a little bit later in the presentation. But let's look at how the charities. Sue won. How much does she get for her charity? Nothing. But it's the same principle here, except we've got a third level. So now instead of 1,000 or 100 rather, Sue's at the bottom. Paul now has 3, you, Tom, and Sue. And if you each did 10, now you're looking at over 1,000 people. So every time any one of them win something, 10% of their winnings goes to Paul's charity or his vacation fund. 10% go to you, 10% go to Tom. And again, the person who actually won the points gets 0, but you're going to trade that for however many people you can bring into the program. It puts a great deal of emphasis on bringing new people into the program because that's where you benefit the most. So how do you get referrals? How do you bring people in? Every time you bring in a referral, you get 5 points. every new registered member 5 points. You get 25, you're going to get 25 bonus points. And the more you get, the more points you're going to get. And so how do you invite people to come in? Because this is your back office. When that back office, you're going to see you've got a QR code. And you also have the code written out actually written out below it. So you can copy it and you can put it into an email or have somebody scan the code. Once they scan the code, they become part of your group forever. They're locked to you. So anytime they play and win, you win. And your organization wins too. So you want to make sure that you are sharing this with as many people as you possibly can. Get as many charities. I notice we have a pretty good group on today. We should double, triple this every time we meet, because you should be out sharing this with as many people as you can, because that's what wins this program. That's what makes this program really go, because the more people you get, the more points you're going to get, the more points your charities are going to get. And so with this program, let me go back up again. I want to show you the winner's circle. I think this is one of the most exciting ones that we have, because we expect millions and millions of people to be in this program, but only 100,000 are going to become members of the winner's circle. And how it's going to work is every month, the points that you saw that we took from that winner's total go into that winner's circle, and at the end of the month, they split equally among all the individuals in the winner's circle. So if you have millions of people playing down the road, every time they win something, 10% of their points go into the winner's circle, and you get a share of those every single month. 2 requirements to do this. Number 1, participate in at least 1 auction a month and sign up 1 new member. And like I said, you're not going to want to sign up just 1. You're going to want to sign up as many as you possibly can. Get your whole family in this, because, again, it's all free. And once they sign up, they can start earning points. So but it's not, like I said, it's only 100,000 members. As soon as we hit 100,000, the door closes. And that's it. We're not going to bring any more in, because we want to reward you, because you have been our pioneers and you're the ones that have helped get us started. So this is a great program. I think this is probably going to be the best as far as points are concerned for all the winner's circle, because there's going to be so many points that are going to come out of this that it's going to be amazing. So the question comes up, how do you pay for this? Well, it comes back to the sponsors. Every time that 8 to 15 second video shows up, we make money, because sponsors are willing to pay to have their information showed. The more people we have, the more they're going to pay. So we take that money and then we use it to purchase items that go onto the website, onto the auction site, so that you can bid on them. And so you want to get as many people in here as we possibly can, because the more people we get, the more sponsors are going to come on board, and they're going to be excited about the fact that they're going to be able to help charities, but they're also going to be able to help themselves at the same time. So with this program, everybody wins. You win. You have an opportunity to win some things for your own personal life, and maybe some luxury items along the way. Charities win, because we're going to help them reach their mission and goals. And sponsors win, because they're getting the word about what they're doing to a target audience. So you can't lose with this program. And knowing this, it should give you much more incentive to go out and try to get as many people as you possibly can, and many organizations as you can, to come into our program, so that we can help charities, and we can help people around the world through our it's an enormous probably program that we have put together, Rewards Ripple. So with that being said, thank you for your time. Hopefully Dave's going to feel good enough to do the 12 o'clock call this Saturday. Check back, and you should get an email one way or the other on that. But also get back to the person who brought you to the call today and sign up, because that's where it's at. We need you on board, and you're going to be happy that you did. So having said that, thank you again, and God bless.